It's some gas, Jay.
Ain't no drawing back, it ain't no switching sides. It's life or death, good or evil, now you decide. It's all or nothing, ain't no bluffing, yeah, do or die. To go to war with Elkanah, you know that's suicide. It ain't no drawing back, it ain't no switching sides. It's life or death, good or evil, now you decide. It's all or nothing, ain't no bluffing, yeah, do or die. To go to war with Elkanah, you know that's suicide. You a servant or an agent, I'm running out of patience. These doctrines getting flagrant, I'm looking for a saving while others seeking payments. Straight and narrow pace in the kingdom, what I'm chasing. Do you know what we facing if we don't get it right? Repentance, stay prepared, he come like a thief in the night. True soldiers, stay ready, you can't pretend in a fight. Use the weapons that he left us on his ascent to the height. Bro, let's keep it real. If you don't study for the test, then you won't get the seal. Salvation only meant for those to who it's been revealed. Little children, it's the last time you wanna live or die. It's time to pick a side. Ain't no drawing back, it ain't no switching sides. It's life or death, good or evil, now you decide. It's all or nothing, ain't no bluffing, yeah, do or die. To go to war with Elkanah, you know that's suicide. It ain't no drawing back, it ain't no switching sides. It's life or death, good or evil, now you decide. It's all or nothing, ain't no bluffing, yeah, do or die. To go to war with Elkanah, you know that's suicide. Follow the shepherd, he'll never leave a sheep behind. Can't avoid that ditch when the blind lead the blind. Ain't walking your purpose, we was called to be divine. The end is here, but they can't see the signs. I wonder why. Can't reach the goal if you don't do the work, I hate to try. Without the law, it ain't no way you can escape the fire. Judgment is coming, ain't no running, and you can't hide from it. I'm just keeping it 100. You might laugh now, but later it won't be funny when you get rewarded for bowing down to abundance. Hey, eternal life or death, it's yours to choose. The Bible holds the clues, salvation of the Jews. Ain't no drawing back, it ain't no switching sides. It's life or death, good or evil, now you decide. It's all or nothing, ain't no bluffing, yeah, do or die. To go to war with Elkanah, you know that's suicide. It ain't no drawing back, it ain't no switching sides. It's life or death, good or evil, now you decide. It's all or nothing, ain't no bluffing, yeah, do or die. To go to war with Elkanah, you know that's suicide.
All right. Shalom, shalom. Uh-oh.
Shalom, shalom, Mish.
What's going on there, nephew?
Nothing much. How are you?
Man, I'm doing well. Let me get this background like I like it. And we gonna get this work, brother. See, you know, I like to play with this thing, man. You know, I'm trying to make sure we get. I like that dial. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. It's been a while since I've been on a Friday night, or a Friday, rather, day of preparation. On this 6th day, I'm feeling pretty good. Usually I'd be like, man, I'm finna chill out for a minute, listen to less a little bit. About as soon as the sun go down, I'm in the bed. But that's not the case today. Y'all see the title?
I don't know a better way to start off the day of rest than a rest.
That's right. Because you know, man, battling with the children, the children of the world. I'm gonna put it that way, because everybody got hope. We still have hope. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of folks still have hope. Some have no hope. But at the end of the day, dealing with people who don't have the spirit of Yah on them, it could be very challenging. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Y'all see the title, Be Strong and of a Good Courage. I had in there, even in this captivity, we got to be strong, stand strong, and stay encouraged. You know what I'm saying? Because we need that. The reason I've gone over this, because I've done this lesson. Well, I didn't want to say a lesson, but it is a reading, right? we have to, and it's in the book, and we're gonna read that we have to stay strong and of a good courage. We can't grow weak, saying that we the child of the Most High. We got to believe in our Father, even our King Yeshua, right?
Yes, sir.
They said that if they're gonna do it, or if something's going to happen, it's going to happen. If he said that I'm going to protect you, he's going to protect you. So we can't have no doubt in our mind, and we're going to see where, just giving a few examples, and then this is going to spill over to the class for tomorrow at the 1 p.m. class, because we always say that, I'm a strong, or, I'm a child of y'all, this, that, and the third, right? And I have faith, and, the Most High will make a way and all this and that. It's all sound good, right? Until situations come up, and then we start in our mind to start having this little doubt, because we can't get that instant reaction or that instant prayer we pray. And it seems like sometimes he's not listening. We all experience that, and you're going to experience that. But he's showing us through his word patience, temperance, and everything else. You got to keep asking him for certain things, and you most definitely got to be fearful. Mm-hmm. That's something that we say, that we're not a fearful people, but we are a fearful people. Let's think about it, man. Even in your own life, certain things that come up, even in this walk. Fear come up on a lot of us, especially with the men. We just try to be all macho in front of everybody, as if that spirit don't come up on us.
I can attest to that personally.
You know what I'm saying? So hold on for a minute. Let me adjust my seat.
Yes, sir.
Get on up here a little bit. But with that being said, brother, we're gonna start this off in Exodus. We're gonna look at some examples of our people, or the people of Yah, in a situation and fear come up on them. Everything good when the Most High, there's nothing going on. But when a little contention, like the young folks say, when the little smoke come up, somebody wants some smoke. When the adversary, this person is your adversary. All these things come up on you, man. You tend to get a little like, what's going on? So let's start this off in Exodus. Let me pull this up, man, so we can you got something, brother?
Quick question. I just wanted to make sure, am I lagging on your end?
Say again.
Am I lagging on your end?
No, you right on time.
Like, am I pausing?
Let me do this.
Okay.
You said when you pause. Now you said,
yeah, I was wondering if I was coming in choppy.
No, you coming in fine.
Yes, sir.
Loud, clear, good background.
Okay.
Your dad got a good camera. Hallelujah. Oh, I think I spoke to someone, did I? Oh, there you go. You froze there for a hot second. But it's all good. You're back in stride again. So we're going to start this off in Exodus yourself.
Yes, sir.
And we got, like I said, we still have to encourage. This is a word of encouragement, especially to the newcomers. And everybody, it's a refresher for us. Most of the lessons, all praise to the Most High, He given me to do is like I said, man, we got a lot of newcomers coming in. They trying to learn this thing. They're gonna find out on this real side that reading the scriptures, things are gonna be instant. But for your safety, it will be instant. But certain things, you're gonna have to walk certain things out. You're gonna have to do some fasting and praying on some of the strongholds you have on you. Whole nother lesson, right? That's what the Bible teaches. We're not gonna tell you You pray and God gonna answer all your everything. He gonna answer it in this time. Everything got to be according to his time and this week.
Yes, sir.
So I'm saying,
Yes,
but this
sir.
lesson here tonight is about being strong, standing firm, and of a good courage. No signs of weakness or none of that. You know, you get you get a child or somebody, they say, man, they headstrong and they stubborn, they ain't gonna move. That's what you got to be on in this word, brothers and sisters. I don't care what comes out of another Israelite mouth. If it's not coming verbatim out of this book, and I can read it and get some understanding, because it's in plain simple that you can understand. Because some of them make it seem like you don't, well, see, you don't understand what you read. Yeah, you understand what you read. It's plain and simple, people, especially when you got the Ruach on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Most High got this book in all these different languages that you can read and understand. He elevate certain ones even in the Hebrew language. Like my brother always say, you know, we got the elder saying that it's a dead language, not a dead language, people. How we know it's not a dead language? Because it's written in the Psalms. But anyway, I digress. Exodus. Let's stay focused. Exodus, chapter 14.
Whenever you're ready, Elder.
Now, this is Israel coming out of Egypt, and Pharaoh is on their heel. Pharaoh represents the government, right? Of the heathen. Pharaoh is a heathen. He's an Egyptian. Anybody not practicing Israelite faith is under the blood of Yeshua HaMashiach and keeping his law, statutes, commandments in the spirit is a heathen. Okay? When you get it, go ahead and read. We're going to read Exodus chapter 14, verses 1 through 14. What does it say?
And it reads,
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel that they turn and encamp before, Pi-Hahirioth, there we go, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal Zephon, before it shall ye encamp by the sea.
Okay, give you a geographical location where they going, because this must be some little rough areas right here.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no different than when you come to Memphis, you hitting Orange Mound, north Memphis, hitting down South Memphis. You got some trouble spots in Memphis, people. Same thing where they are. Go ahead and read.
Verse 3.
Yes, sir.
For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land. The wilderness hath shut them up. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his host, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so.
Now,
and it was told the king.
Hold right there, nephew. He said that I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them. So
yes,
whatever the Most High put in on you, you're going to do it. It's always, this thing is all lined and planned out. Just like even in the Psalms, we're going to be reading some of this stuff in the Psalms that it was already prophesied. Everybody playing their role out.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I'm going to use it for an example, nephew. He said that over there back in Rome, he said, man, he was talking about these false teachers and false prophets. He said, many going to follow their promiscuous ways, right? You all right over there, nephew? Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that. I just wanted to mute with that background noise.
Okay. I'm just using it for an example. He said many going to follow their pernicious or destructive ways. And guess what?
Yes,
when you look around, many people are following their promiscuous and destructive ways. Getting back here with Pharaoh, he said, I'm going to harden Pharaoh hard that he's going to follow after them, because guess what? He want to do something to Pharaoh.
Yes, sir.
Pharaoh did the children of Israel wrong, and I'm telling you, whenever you cross the apple of his eye, you will not get away with it. Just like how this country abused us, even though we broke his commandments. he's still going to get this nation. Why? Not only this nation, all the nations to the four corners of the earth, because they touched the apples of his eye, and he want to do something to them. So they'll know who he is, number one, and who he loves. Go ahead and read, nephew. Verse 5.
And it reads, and it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us?
Stop right there, nephew. Now, they talking about why have we done this, that we let Israel go for serving. Y'all ain't done nothing. The Most High put in your spirit to let them go because he wants you to chase after them. Because he wanted to show Israel his power. Because when we come out of these nations got to pay up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anytime somebody come after you and they done you wrong, and Most High deliver you from them, they got to pay up, brothers and sisters. Especially when you know 100% you serve the true and living Elohim. How you gonna be scared just like the brother did the lesson, in the letter? Hey, go ahead and read, brother.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, and he made ready his chariots and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, and captains over every one of them. And Yahuwah and the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with an high hand.
So right there. Now he said
but the Egyptians pursued after.
Hold on for a minute, never. He said now he hardened his heart. The Pharaoh king of Egypt, right?
Yes, sir.
Just like he hardened Judah's heart. We're gonna read in that Most High willing tomorrow. He hardened it hard, so that you may do the will or whatever he got you to do. But go ahead and read, brother.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, beside Pi Hahiroth, before Bela Zephon. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lift up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel lift up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord.
See, that's like your child crying now. When they're afraid, whatever, they're gonna run to who? You?
Yes, sir.
Because they want you to protect them, right?
Yes, sir.
Ain't no difference.
Yes, sir.
Right here. Well, you got something coming up on you. Just say even with yourself. You in a little trouble, you gonna go holler at Pops about something. When you really in some trouble. Am I lying?
Yes, sir. No, sir. No, you're not.
Go ahead.
But it's in the scripture. He said he's gonna be our strong tower and our shield.
That's right.
He's gonna protect us from the fiery darts of the enemy. He's someone that you can confide and hide behind because he is our strength and savior. That's how it's supposed to be, at least.
That's right. See, that's what we got to get in our spirit, nephew. We got to get that in our spirit, man. And with, like you said, being strong and of a good courage.
Yes, sir.
Being strong and standing on this thing, like them young jokers said, man, I'm standing on business. Or,
yes,
you got to stand on this thing, man. You can't let nobody move you. I don't care what go down. You got to stay right on this thing, man. Go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And they said unto Moses, because there was no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt?
Now, see, that's really scary.
Is not this the word that we did?
Hold on a minute. Now, you want to go back to Egypt? See, like I said, man, something wrong with us as a people, man. You being delivered, but you so afraid, you like, you know what, maybe we should have stayed there because they coming after us. Go ahead and read, brother.
There's a hidden worship in this, because what they desire and what they putting over their faith in the Most High is their own comfort. They desire so bad to just be in a position where they don't feel threatened, that they don't realize that they got the living Almighty fighting on their side.
See, that's why Moses was bringing them out, so he could introduce himself to them. That I'm the one that brought you out. They don't know. They have no idea. They thinking it's Moses.
Yes, sir.
But that's why the Most High bringing them out, so he can introduce himself to them. And this right here before the mount, we gave them the 10 and the marriage and all that other stuff. They don't know, but they cried out. He heard them crying out. They probably they was crying out too, but he heard that he delivered them, right?
Yes, sir. Verse 12. Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness.
Boy, listen to that, man. Look here. Because he thinking that, see, in their sight, they see Moses, they see Pharaoh and his army coming after them to kill them in the wilderness. He said, man, it was better for us to stay there. The reason why they coming after us is because we left. In their mind, that's what they thinking. So we should have just stayed there. Maybe they would have just left us alone. But anyway, go ahead, brother.
Verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord.
Stop right there. Basically, was telling them to, man, stand still, be strong, and of good courage. He gonna tell them plain and simple later on when he was dealing with Joshua now, right? Man, don't fear these people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Moses haven't got to the point where, hey, stay still and watch what happened to these folks. See, this is a lesson for myself, even my whole household or the whole spiritual family. We got to stand still. Somebody might be going through something as we speak. We all go through stuff as we speak. Satan is not going to let us alone. He's not going to leave us alone at all, people. He's going to bring somebody, but we got to stand still and watch it. Man, I seem like anything moving. It seems like they getting headway. But all we got to do is stand there and watch. They going to pay what they weigh, people. Go ahead and finish that out, brother.
Even to put it in a metaphorical look, they look like they stop. What they don't see is that whole ground has been. I see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, say it again because you faded out on.
I see. I don't know what's going on with this computer. I apologize, Elder. But it looked like the enemy's getting advanced because he told you, the Most High told you to sit still. But what you don't see is that big old gap in the floor that they're about to walk straight down into. And the Most High wants to eliminate your competition before he advances you sometimes. That's why he say, be still and know that I am God. Sometimes patience comes into play, and it's for the benefit, even though it don't look it. That's why the scripture says his thoughts are higher than my thoughts, as the heavens are higher than the earth.
He also wants us to learn and know one thing. This is my fight.
Yes,
these are my battles. He let you know all the stuff we go through are his battles.
Yes, sir.
We as children, I might put you in a situation so I can deliver you out. I'm not gonna hurt or leave you to be hurt or harmed because I want to do something over here. So you will have confidence in me and knowing that I am the true and living Elohim, and they're gonna know I'm the true and living Elohim. I'm gonna save you, my child, but they're gonna know that I'm the true and living Elohim when I bust their head to the white meat. That's what he's gonna show me. Go ahead and read.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. But
That's it
lift
right
up.
there. That's it right there. I just want to read through
Sorry
1 through
about that.
15. But he basically was saying, I shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes it's good to keep your mouth closed while the Most High fighting for you. Don't add nothing to it because you're gonna mess it up. While he fight for you, you ain't got to flap off all at the mouth and everything. Just chill out, because it's just like you going to court. Anything, what them heathens say, anything you say will be held against you in a court of law.
Yes, sir.
Besides, we're gonna read some of that when we get down here, Most High willing, in the lesson tomorrow, because put your hand over your mouth. You got to say anything. Let them people do what they gonna do. Their mind is already made up. Now let's move forward. Let's go look at some more. Let's go to 2 Chronicles and look
Yes,
at it.
sir.
Let's go to 2 Chronicle, family. And we're gonna pick this up at chapter 20. 2 Chronicles chapter 20. And we're gonna read verses 1 through 15. Now, this is Judah being invaded by the nations. And we're gonna watch some deliverance in him. It's always about you standing, being strong, and standing your ground, basically what
Yes,
look at it. If we said we serve Yahuwah, right?
Mm-hmm.
You trust Yahuwah and what he say about reading his holy manuscript.
Yes, sir.
So we got to stand on that name.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
A lot of us got more confidence in what man's saying, or I do this and that and third for you, you know. Just like this old stupid saying. And I hate to say it, because to be honest with you, these people ain't never done to my with the armed forces. Well, you know, we was over there fight for your safety and your freedom and everything. Man, shut up. That's how deceived a lot of people are, because you weren't fighting over there for my safety and my freedom, because you in this country, you let us know over and over, y'all give less stuff a damn about it. See what I'm saying? 2 Chronicles chapter 21 through 15. Go ahead and read, brother.
And it reads,
Yes, sir.
it came to pass after this also that the children of Moab and the children of Ammon, and with them the other beside the Ammonites, came against Jehoshaphat to battle. Then there came some that told Jehoshaphat, saying, there cometh a great multitude against thee from beyond the sea on this side Syria. And behold, they be in Hazazon Tamar, which is En Gedi.
Now hold right there, nephew. Hold on right there. Now remember, you got the children of Moab, Ammon, and the Ammonites against Jehoshaphat, right? And they always group together and come up against Israel. Mm-hmm. Everybody want to come up against it, but they all got to group together to do it. Look about all these nations around us. You got the Hispanics, so-called Mexicans.
Yes, sir.
Asians, Indians, all of these people from all these different nations, when they time to come up against the so-called said Negro, all of them come together. It's not about the dark skin, because a lot of people got the dark skin. It's about us people. But go ahead and read. Just wanted to point that out while we get into this thing. Go ahead, brother.
Definitely. Verse 3.
Yes, sir.
And Jehoshaphat feared and set himself to seek Yahuwah and proclaim the Lord, and proclaimed a fast throughout all Judah.
Smart move.
And Judah gathered themselves together to ask. And Judah gathered themselves together to ask help of the Lord. Even out of all the cities of Judah, they came to seek the Lord. And Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Judah and Jerusalem in the house of the Lord before the new court, and said, O Lord God of our fathers, Art not thou God in heaven, and rulest not thou over all the kingdoms of the heathen? And in thy hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to withstand thee?
Hold right there,
Art not,
nephew. Now, listen. Now, Jehoshaphat, smart man. If you're gonna set this when he is how that's when Moses set prophet, the rulers, the kings over the of Israel. When they had some, they had a few little sense, you know what I'm saying? But at least he had sense enough to know I need to go and petition the Most High and proclaim a fast and gather everybody together because it is real strong and mighty. And see, we can't get this in the so-called American Israelites camp, to this day, because most Israelite camps are fighting against each other.
Yes, sir.
A lot of them hollering they want to do this, that to the heathen, and then you turn around and do this, that, and third to your own brothers. You claim to be Israelites. No, Hebrew Israelites.
See, but you see that it's nothing new under the sun. You can see that in Isaiah. I think it's Isaiah 14. He said a man is biting off his own arm. Ephraim coming against Manasseh. They both teaming up to come against Judah. He said he's going to come and sort that out.
He's going to sort all that out. That's why I always say, man, I should be able to fellowship with any law-abiding citizen of Israel.
Yes, sir.
They had the spirit of Yah on them, which is the fruits of the spirit.
Yes, sir.
I can fellowship with anyone who doesn't have fruits of the spirit. And it goes for me too. Not because your head pastor, your head teacher, and I ain't into your head teacher. I'm not into man. I'm into Yeshua HaMashiach.
Yes, sir.
That's what you're supposed to be on. You stay focused on them two. Everybody else is irrelevant. We fellowship together, but my covenant is with Yeshua and even the Father, even Yeshua. That's what the covenant is with. We got to keep that in our mind. My covenant ain't with brother, sister. That's just a fellowship in the congregation.
Yes, sir.
The covenant is with Abba, even Yeshua, the Son. Because people fall out of fellowship all the time. I've seen this, been in this walk for a few minutes, and I've seen it happen, man. It happens all the time.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read. Go ahead and read, brother. What verse?
Verse 6.
I
think. And said, O Lord God of our fathers. We are in 7. Excuse me, family. Verse 7. Are not thou our God, who didst drive out the inhabitants of the land before thy people Israel, and gavest it to the seed of Abraham, thy friend forever? And they dwelt therein, and have built thee a sanctuary therein for thy name, saying, if, when evil cometh upon us, as the sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stand before this house in thy presence, for thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction, then thou wilt hear and help.
Hear that? That's some good confidence right there. He giving you some good courage right here. But go ahead, nephew.
Verse 10. And now behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, whom thou wouldest not let Israel invade when they came out of the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroyed them not. Behold, I say how they reward us to come to cast us out of thy possession, in which thou hast given us to inherit.
But they good about the heathen, always good about throwing you out for something that belongs to you. They did it in this country.
Yes, sir.
When we got kicked out of the
they moved state taxes.
We still got.
I said, out of your house, you just bought it, but they still own the land. If you don't pay it, they get it taken.
They get it taken. What you gonna do? Take your house off the land? I highly doubt it. But go ahead and read.
Verse, what was that? 12.
Go ahead. Works well.
O our God, wilt thou not judge them? For we have no might against this great company that cometh against us. Neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee. And all Judah stood before the Lord with their little ones, their wives, and their children.
They had the whole family involved. That's why it's so important, brothers and sisters. Everybody in the house got to be involved in this thing. Everybody. Should be no weak link amongst the chain. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Well, let me underline that real quick. I ain't never seen that one before. Sorry about that, family. Verse 14. Then said, what is that? Jahaziel. Then upon Jahaziel, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benaiah, the son of Jehiel, the son of Mattaniah, a Levite of the sons of Asaph, came the Spirit of the Lord in the midst of the congregation. And he said, Hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat. Thus saith the Lord unto you, be not afraid. Right out his mouth. Be not afraid, nor dismayed for by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, it's God's.
So that's one thing we got to keep in mind, brothers and sisters. Every time we going through something, you know you've been standing on this thing. You being strong and of good courage. You know you standing on this thing. When he have you going through some thing, all you got to do is say, be silent, and this is not your battle. Because the one that you looking at, it's a spirit behind that.
Yes, sir.
Flesh and blood that the Most High want to do something to.
Yes, sir.
So you can have courage and let you know that I am your Elohim, and what I said in my word, I mean what I say. Sometimes we need that confidence, man, brothers and sisters. We got to see. It's just like I be like, now I'm reading this stuff, right? I'm reading this book, and I'm seeing some of this instant karma. You know, how these nations come up against. I be want to see some of that today. You know, Joker being intentionally trying to do something and doing it, and you be sitting back, I know how to pray. But that's where the patience, that's where the fruits of the spirit comes from. Patience.
Yes, sir.
Learn some patience and have some temperance, because sometimes you be want to fly off at the mouth. I know I do, but I have to sit back and be quiet. People will test you because you're quiet. I had to get some folks off my AZZ and checkmate. Not just around there too. Don't play with me. I don't think I look like the Joker that I ain't bragging about. I just don't bother people, man. But you ain't finna son to come up here and come at me any kind of way.
Yes, sir.
I might let it go on because I'm asking Most High, how I'm gonna deal with this. That's one thing I had to learn a long time ago. What I need to do to deal with this Joker. Don't worry about that. This is my battle. You're letting them know. For the battle is not yours, but Elohim. You may have a great multitude come up against you, meaning that you may have a lot of folks coming up against you. All you got to do is sit back and watch.
Yes, sir. So he said, 100 shall fall by thy left and 1,000 by thy right, but it shall not come unto thee.
It shall not come unto thee. That's right. Now let's go into Isaiah chapter 41. Isaiah chapter 41. Somebody needs to hear this, man.
Oh, praises.
We're going to read verses 1 through 14.
Let me know when you're ready, Elder.
Go ahead and read.
And it reads, keep silence before me, O islands, and let the people renew their strength.
Hold on a minute, nephew. I'm on the wrong one. Let me get there. I apologize. Bro.
Gotcha.
You making it thunder. I'm on the right page, man. You know what I'm saying? Israel being encouraged, okay?
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I'm all about tonight. being encouraged, being strong of good courage. Go ahead and read.
Keep silence before me, O islands, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near, then let them speak. Let us come near. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Who raised up the righteous man from the east, called him to his foot, gave the nations before him, and made him ruler over kings. He gave them as the dust of his sword, and as dried or driven stubble to his bow. He pursued them and passed safely, even by the way, that he had not gone with his feet. He hath wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning. I, the Lord, the first, am, and with the last, I am he.
Now, hold on for a minute. He said that I'd have called the generation from the beginning. He didn't already call this thing. He already know who's going to hang in this thing or no.
Yes, sir.
Just like he told him over there in John chapter 6. When he told him that he was the bread of life and many that stopped following him, he said he already knew that from the beginning who was going to hang with him or not. This thing is already set, people. Think about how many loved ones y'all try to bring some of these truths to, and they've gone past and gone on about their business. Friends and all of other people. I know I have. So I can say, people that I come in contact with, even working.
Yes, sir.
And this thing is already called out. No question that you have a handful of people who really try to do this thing to the best with all their hard mind and soul. Even in the so-called Hebrew Israelite, the whole community, everybody in that whole realm not going to make it in there, people.
Yes, sir.
But go ahead, because like you said, I called generation from the beginning. But go ahead.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
The isles saw it and feared. The ends of the earth were afraid, drew near and came. They helped everyone his neighbor, and even one said to his brother, be of good courage.
Yes, sir.
So the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, and he that smootheth with the hammer, him that smote the anvil, saying, it is ready for the soldering.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? For the soldering.
Like you get this little mending something together, almost like welding. Same thing, but
Gotcha. Okay. Yep, and it said next, and he fastened it with nails that it should not be moved.
Mm-hmm.
But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend.
Stop right
thou
there.
Whom I have.
Stop right there, nephew. Let that sizzle in something about the spirit right there, that verse 8. He didn't choose no other heathen nation but Israel. Are my servant Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. And he's not talking about every so-called Negro or a so-called Israelite or Israel.
Yes, sir.
Or Hebrew, or whatever you want to call yourself. Because he's talking about the seed of Abraham. Because he said, if Abraham was your father, you would do the works of Abraham. Abraham taught his household, he commanded his household to follow the Most High Yah. So if you was Abraham's seed and Abraham your father, you'd be doing the works like your father.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
And I will say, pay attention to the definition of Israel. You can tell who has power with God and man.
That's right.
You can tell who don't.
Because we're going to read some down here when we hit Daniel. He had favor with God and man. What is God and man? The Most High and even these heathen nations. That's what he's talking about.
Yes, sir.
But go ahead and read.
Yes, sir. Verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Fear not thou, fear not, or fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
He telling them that, man, I don't fear. I'm with you. Don't be dismayed. Don't be scared.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read verse 11.
Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish.
You hear that, people? He meant what he said right here.
Yes, sir.
He brought it down for Isaiah. He ain't playing. Boy, look, when you look at that joker coming up against you, a cause coming at you, you should be looking like, this joker here just don't know how much trouble he in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead and finish. Go ahead and read, brother.
12. Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. Ooh. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. For I, the Lord, thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Starting back from 13. For I, the Lord, thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Well, that's right, because we are the servants. We can truly say we are his true servants trying to do this thing right. And he told us that, man, fear not, I will help thee. That's why when you find yourself in these situations, these words of encouragement should pop up in your mind. Go through what you're going through, get out your feelings, get you some prayer fasting in, and watch the Most High salvation move. Just want to come up on you with some folly, and most of the stuff goes on your jobs, or maybe in your household. Just sit back and wait and watch. Now let's move a little further. Let's go into Psalm 46. Let's go to Psalm 46. Man, there's some good words of encouragement right here, brother.
Indeed.
Psalm chapter 46, and we're going to read verses 1 through 11.
Whenever you're ready, up.
It's Elohim, the refuge of his people, Listen to the book. Go ahead, bro.
God is our refuge and strength, a very pleasant help in trouble. Therefore will not we be removed. Therefore will not we fear. Though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the of Selah. There is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God, and a holy place of the tabernacle of the Most High.
Well, a whole nother lesson right there, but go ahead and read.
God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God shall help her, and that right early. The heathen raged. The kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice. The earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah.
The Elohim of Jacob, of Israel, is our refuge. We don't have no other refuge to save us out of this Jacob trouble that we're in.
Yes, sir.
People don't realize, so we just waiting on Jacob trouble. We always and always have been in trouble. Ever since we left, our forefather got us kicked out of land. We don't know anything about the land. We're strangers, people. This is the only land that we ever known, right here. And ever since we've been in this land from generation to generation, even our children, they are in trouble if they turn from the Most High and stop serving Him. Now He got this hedge protection around us, and then we, even though we still got to carry this sentence out in this jail we in this big old prison house called America, we still got to finish this sentence out. We're not gonna get out of that.
Yes, sir.
But while we in prison, He can at least make it comfortable, because you think about it. You heard the folk go off to prison, they made it look. Plus, see, when I was in prison, man, they took care of me. They protect me. They protect me from the booty bandits. They protect me from the gangs, and they protect me from the skinheads. They protect me from this, that, and the third, right? But that was the Most High doing. Yes. Ain't no different than we in this big old prison in America or any prison house all over the world. Because He said Jacob was here in prison houses, ain't He? He ain't just talking about this captivity we in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why we need a reference?
If you need a reference, go back in Genesis. Pay attention to how He entreated Joseph.
That's right.
Think about it. He was in prison, but he became head commander. Even the prison guards trusted him with his portion of the prison. They gave him a half of the prison.
And they protect him while he was in there, because that was the Most High hand in that thing. Oh, that's a good point there, nephew. Go ahead and read. What verse?
All praises. Verse 8. Come, behold the works of Yahuwah, of the Lord. The only reason I keep switching it from Yahuwah to the Lord is for the newcomers. I don't know who's on here, but I want to make sure they can follow along and know who we're talking about. Sorry about that, family.
No. That's all good. That's good work. Go ahead.
All praises. Come, behold the works of the Lord, what desolations He hath made in the earth. He maketh wars to cease unto the ends of the earth. He breaketh the bow and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burneth the chariot in the fire.
He let you know, He let you know right here, I'm gonna break your bow so you won't fight. I'm breaking your bow. So you got to have the bow in order to let off that spear. I'm tearing all of it up. I ain't even going to burn up your chariots in fire. You ain't going to learn war no more. That's a whole nother lesson, because we're going to read that. That's a whole nother lesson. We ain't going to read it, but what I'm saying is He let you know these folks don't learn war no more. But go ahead and read.
Yes, sir.
And He got some others that
they don't have a need for it. Sorry, my computer about to die. I'm trying to plug it up real quick.
See, this verse 10 right here. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. This verse 10 right here, man. Pay attention to this verse 10. This is something that we all, even including myself, have to make sure I take heed to this verse 10. Go ahead and read it.
Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah.
And that reason I said it, because that first two word, be still. Chill out. And know that I am Elohim. Man, just chill out. Be still. Don't go nowhere. Stand your ground right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's go to Deuteronomy 31. Let's look at Joshua. And this is what Moses was giving him the last counsel. You don't take counsel from just anybody, because you know, when you get into this working world, nephew, you're going to run across some folk. Boy, I tell you the truth. Had a co-worker, supposed to be a deacon in the church. Share this story with y'all. Our job is to put brand new cooking equipment and anything they need in schools into the schools, right? I do all the, do the
Yes,
writing and stuff, get everything processed right. I come back out, I noticed that a brand new piece of equipment has been destroyed. Not to a point where it's not usable, but tore the wheels off of it, one of the wheels. His counsel was let the manager know that when you took it out the box, that it was already like that. I was like, ain't no way in the world I would fix my mouth to say something stupid like that. So that man ain't telling that man that foolishness. This is a deacon in a church. Y'all see what you're dealing with out here? Be careful who you taking counsel from. These are the same one that just finished eating pig meat and gravy that morning. And you turn around and say something like that come out your mouth. Get your boy. Go ahead and read, man. Nephew. Deuteronomy 31, and we're going to read verses 1 through 8. What does it say? This is Moses' last counsel to Joshua. Go ahead.
yes, sir. And Moses went and spake these words unto all Israel.
Yeah.
And he said unto them, I am 120 years old this day. I can no more go out and come in. Also the Lord hath said unto me, thou shalt not go over this Jordan. The Lord thy God, he will go over before thee, and he will destroy these nations from before thee, and thou shalt possess them. And Joshua, he shall go over before thee, as the Lord hath said.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall do unto them as he did to Sihon and to Og, kings of the Amorites, and unto the land of them whom he destroyed. And the Lord shall give them up before your face, that ye may do unto them according to unto all the commandments which I have commanded you.
Now stop right there, nephew.
Be strong.
Stop right there.
Yes, sir.
He said in that 5 that the Most High gonna give them up before your face, that you may do unto them according to all the commandments which I have commanded you. Oh, you gonna get a little payback? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You gonna get a little payback because I'm gonna give them up before your face, and you gonna do everything that I command you to do to them. So far for it's so much for all that turn the other cheek. Huh? What that 6 say?
Be strong and of good courage.
Yes, sir.
Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee.
Go ahead.
Excuse me for that. Verse 7. And Moses called unto Joshua and said unto him in the sight of all Israel, be strong and of good courage, for thou must go with this people unto the land, which the Lord hath sworn unto their fathers to give them, and thou shalt cause them to inherit it.
Okay, stop right there. I want to look at something. He said, be strong. Let's look at this strong. Because we hear so-called black woman use this word very loosely. Because she's strong and this, that, and the third, right? So if you want to be strong, this is what you need to be strong at, sisters. The strength to prevail, harden, be strong, become strong. And so on and so forth. You can read all the rest of it. I'm not going to read all of this. To make strong, to strengthen, sustain, encourage. Okay? I'm just scroll down and say y'all can see some of this sustain, support.
Repair.
Stand strong in the household. See what I'm saying? And of a good courage.
Yes, sir.
If you want to be strong and stand your ground, this is what you need to stand on. To be strong, alert, courageous, brave, stout, bold. See, when you are solid or hard, if you want to be hard, brothers, be hard for the Most High and stand on His word. If you want to be solid, brothers, Be solid in the word of Yah. I'm speaking
Yes,
to
sir.
myself, people. I'm not excluded, right? I'm not one of those preachers excluded from the word of Yah. To exhibit strength, be strong, feel strong. Like something, man, you looking strong this morning. I'm feeling strong this morning. That's when I'm in the spirit. You know, you come in and get that word Yah in before you go into the house
Yes,
of
sir.
Father, what you call work house. You go in there, you got to be geared up and you got to have that word on you, man, that spirit on
Yes,
you.
sir.
You know what you're going to face when you go in there? These people got some damn problems, people. A lot of these places are toxic as hell. It depends on who you deal with. Okay? Finish that out, brother. What verse?
8.
Go ahead.
And the Lord, he it is that doth go before thee. He
Uh-huh.
will be with thee. He will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed.
Hey, I don't care where you go, even in your travel. We pray for travel mercy.
Yes,
He
sir.
always go before us, send your spirit before us and clean whatever is in our paths out of our way. You got to do that. You got to get that. You have to pray that. You got to feel confident in that, in this word. If he say he's gonna do it to go before you, hey, clean my path so I can have a straight path.
Yes, sir.
So I can have a good, clean, and holy day.
Yes, sir.
Move all the unclean spirits out of my way when I come there. They got to go. That's the power we have, people.
Yes, sir.
Satan want to make you think like you don't have that power to speak those things. Man, move out my way. When I come in there, y'all shut up. I'm talking to the spirits now, the unclean spirits. You know, sometimes when you come in the room, the jokers be quiet.
Yes, sir.
And I would just take the counsel how they gonna try to do you in, but when you walk in the room, everybody get quiet.
Mm.
That's what you want. And when I get out, when I leave, talk all you want to. When I come in the room, hush your mouth. I'm being nice tonight. Now let's go to Leviticus. Let's go to the law and look at it. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 26. Now, this is when you're doing right. He's gonna be with us when we in the right, when we doing right, when we believing and trusting in him. He's giving us words of courage. But what if you decide that you're not gonna do right? Because there's gonna be some people that are gonna decide that they just ain't gonna do right. Or a fixed straddler. Let's look at it. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 26. He said what he said. If he said he gonna do it, he gonna do it. If he said he gonna bless you,
Yeah.
bless you. And if he say he gonna curse you, I'm gonna curse you. He gonna let us know. And this is fair. If you walk contrary to me, I'm gonna walk contrary to you. That's fair, ain't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Blessings of obedience. And then we're gonna look at I tell you what, let's Leviticus 26, we're gonna read 27. We're gonna eat a little bit in here.
All
27
praises.
6, because we're gonna deal the penalties of disobedience. If you studied
Whenever you're ready, El.
the disobedient, you will know what the blessings obedient is on. And check this out, man. Blessings of obedience is from 1 through 13.
Said, if you are obedient, then these blessings shall seek you and overcome you.
Now look at the penalties of disobedience. It's from 14, and we're gonna scroll all the way down here to 27, and we're gonna read to 46. He got a whole lot to say about the disobedient thing. When you get it yourself, go ahead and read, brother.
And it reads, and if ye will not for all this hearken unto me, but walk contrary unto me, then I will walk contrary unto you also in fury, and even I will chastise you 7 times for your sins.
Hey man, you ain't getting away with
And
nothing.
ye shall eat the flesh.
You ain't gonna get away with nothing. You wonder why the Most High cracking your head, bust you upside your head. He said, when you walk contrary to me, even I will chasten you 7 times for your sin. He gonna cut your head 7 times for that one stupid thing you done. Trust me,
Yes,
I
sir.
know. Go ahead and read, brother.
29.
Yeah.
And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons, and the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat.
It's down
And
in
I will
7
destroy
AD.
your.
He telling you about 7 AD. Go ahead, brother.
And I will destroy your high places, and cut down your images, and cast your carcasses unto the carcasses of your idols, and my soul shall abhor you. And I will make your cities waste, and bring your sanctuaries unto desolation. And I will not smell the savor of your sweet odors.
Say,
And I will bring the land into desolation, and your enemies which dwell therein shall be astonished at it. And I will scatter you among the heathen, and will draw out a sword after you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities waste.
right there, nephew. Said he telling you. Now he already told you I'm gonna fight for you because these battles I'm fighting is my battles, right? As long as you're doing the right thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Now he telling you now, if you walk contrary to me, I'm gonna walk contrary to you, and then I'm gonna put you among these heathen. I'm gonna have them to put that sword on your head, and then your land shall be desolate. But which is today.
Yes, sir.
7 AD. He called this 7 AD talk right here. And he still said, I'm gonna scatter you among the heathen, and I'm still gonna do you in the land of the heathen. In other words, these curses gonna follow you wherever you go. Go ahead and read, brother. Verse what?
Yes, sir. 34.
Go ahead and read.
Then shall the land enjoy her Sabbaths, as long as it lieth desolate, and ye be in your enemy's land.
Boy,
Even
you hear
then
that?
shall the land.
You hear that? He said, man, you know our land is enjoying her Sabbath.
Yes, sir.
Because we're not there to pollute it. That's how it's so important that the Shabbat, man, it is so important that we don't pollute the Shabbat. We got to be really, really careful about the Shabbat.
Yes, sir.
Including myself. That we not pollute the Sabbath. Because we in practice. So when we go back to the land, we'll know how to handle the land when we get back. We'll know how to take care of the land.
Yes, sir.
We got to be holy before we go back in that land, people. We're not going back in that land as we are. We ain't going back over there. He got a whole lot of work to do on us. If you one of those who like to practice and put in a practical application polluting the Sabbath, you won't be there. Unless he come in there, like he said, I'm going to have to clean your stony heart and your mind, that I got to take all this stuff from you and clean your mind up so that when you get over there, you know to do the right thing. That's the only way. That's the only way he's gonna do.
See, but all he's seeking for is somebody who want it clean. But what's the easiest way to tell if they want it clean or not? If they go in there and try to clean it themselves. If you don't go and clean your own heart up, he's not going to come up after you and do it.
That's right. This is a free will thing. How bad you want to get away from these heat? Seems like we're not trying to. We don't want it that bad. Are we really comfortable in this lane? We don't know what's going on over there in the Holy Land. I mean, that's part we in, but all we know is desolate. Ain't nobody there.
Yes, sir.
You can't grow or none of that. It's covered all this sand. If you really think about it, he got it so that can't nobody go over there and call themselves gonna rebuild nothing. Nigga, somebody ain't gonna go back and rebuild Jerusalem. You ain't gonna go back and rebuild nothing. Go ahead, brother.
35. As long as it lieth desolate, it shall rest, because it did not rest in your Sabbaths when ye dwelt upon it. And upon them that are left alive of you, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies, and the sound of the shaken leaf shall chase them, and they shall flee as fleeing from a sword, and they shall fall when none pursueth.
Oh, you so bad that you hear a leaf rattling, you running.
See, he told you right to your face he's going to steal trauma in you from this.
Yeah, the
You're so
faintness
used
of
to
your
being
heart.
chased down by enemies and so scared to sit down and dwell somewhere that the moment you hear something moving behind you, you're ready to move.
You out of there.
You don't have no
That's
security,
that's that
even
faintness
in
of
your
heart.
own heart. Yes, sir.
Nigga brother have a heart attack here at least scraping across the day on paper.
Mm.
Go ahead, brother.
37.
Yeah.
And they shall fall one upon another, as it were before the sword, when none pursueth, and ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies. You won't even be able to run in a straight line.
Man, look here.
38.
When you somebody have no power to stand before your enemies, I don't care. You go to their courthouse, they gonna win. They can lie on you, they gonna win.
Yes,
False
sir.
witness. They can do this, that, and third, they gonna win. You cannot beat them. That's called you have no power to stand before your enemies. I don't care
Yes, sir.
what they do and what they say. They could dog you out on your jobs or anywhere else. You at fault. You ain't gonna win with these people.
And you can see that. You look
You
up
say
how many
that.
court cases where somebody spent 30, 40, 50 years in jail just to realize in that period, oh, they were innocent. Threw away somebody's whole life.
Yeah, no power to stand before these people. That's a damn shame. We talking about the law of disobedient now, but you talking about the one that's standing on this word.
Yes, sir.
And you sitting up there now. You see why? Like the police down in and I'm watching a little video, and I hate watching this stuff, man. The little chunky, fat police officer down here in Senatobia jumped on the sister, but she got smart when they saw the video. You know they ain't gonna tell the truth anyway.
Yes, sir.
Because police is real good at provoking Negroes, because our people quick to hate.
Yes, sir.
They know that I can trigger you off and cause you to cause a scene, and then I can do this, that, and guess what? They hold themselves not guilty. You wrong. You got no power against these people. Go ahead, brother.
39.
Yeah.
And they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity in your enemies' lands, and also in the iniquities of their fathers shall they pine away with them.
You're just gonna rot away. You just rotting. That's pining away. But go ahead, brother.
If they shall confess the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass, which they trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I also have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised hearts be humbled, and they then accept the punishment of their iniquity.
Stop right there, man. Stop right there, nephew. Stop right there. He said, if they confess their iniquity, I am saying, it's the heathen. That's why Joe can't confess their iniquity. They can't even be humble unless they accept the punishment of their iniquity. That's the reason why they still on the heathen. They still blame the heathen. They are never humble themselves and accept their punishment. They always blame the heathen while we over here in this land. He just said in 40 and 41, if you do this. But that's a problem among our people. They ain't gonna do it. Because they felt like we ain't done nothing wrong, and it's the heathen that done all this to us. If you listen to them.
But it's a huge accountability issue within Israel. They can't even hold themselves accountable. Elder, can I tell you about a video I saw earlier? I'll make it quick, real quick.
No, go ahead, brother.
I seen this video. It was like a setup to see if they would cheat type of show. You got Israel cheating on their spouse, on whatever the situation is, on camera. They come up, show you the recording of you doing it, and that person will still plead day and night, I did not cheat. Israel struggle with accountability.
Yes, they do.
Go
I'm
ahead,
talking
Elder.
about
Excuse
we
me.
got to face the fact that hey
It's
man,
sad
we
to see.
as a nation, our forefather, our mama taught us to transgress. Our fathers showed us to transgress. Their people, their fathers and mothers taught them to transgress. Why do you think this stuff is going from generation to generation?
Mm.
Then you take me to Sunday school, and you know what? And I'm teaching me to transgress. So what do you have?
All transgression.
And they wonder what's wrong with me. My family wonders wrong. They think I'm crazy as hell. They think I done cut everybody. I ain't cut everybody out. I just don't show up for the holidays. Now, if you just doing a little something, you want to have a little dinner, have a little get together, I'll show up. But they ain't gum. I be wanting y'all to ask
I
me
don't
some
gather
questions.
unless it's for the reason.
I be ready to do some Q&A, but no nobody want. I know y'all be having y'all little private conversation when you're not around, but that gone. This is the time to ask. But you can't get it out of them. Did we finish that out?
No,
there?
sir.
Go ahead and read.
What did you want to go to? 46?
Yeah.
We're at 42.
Uh-huh.
Then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land. And the land also shall be left of them, and shall enjoy her Sabbaths, while she lieth desolate without them. And they shall accept of the punishment of their iniquity, because even because they despise my judgments, and because their souls abhorred my statutes. And yet for all that, when they be in the land of their enemies, I will not cast them away, neither will I abhor them, to destroy them utterly, and to break my covenant with them, for I am the Lord their God.
That's why
But I will.
I don't know if I'm in that few. See, right here in that 44, even though he said out of all that, I will not cast them away, neither will I abhor them to destroy them utterly. Either y'all can't kill us all.
Yes, sir.
They thinking that they can put on a police uniform and go do some nigger killing. You can't kill us all, people, because we just read right here, you know, I'm not going to. He said, I would not cast them away, neither would I abhor them to destroy them utterly and to break my covenant with them. Y'all ain't going to kill us all. Y'all just going to get all them hard-headed and stiff-necked jokers who refuse to accept the punishment and confess their iniquity, even their forefathers' iniquity. That's one y'all gonna get. Go ahead and finish that out, brother.
45. But I will, for their sakes, remember the covenant of their ancestors. Whom I brought, yes, sir. Whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt in the sight of the heathen, that I might be their God. I am the Lord. These are the statutes and the judgments and the laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
But that's some good news right there. Y'all know that I don't care what they come up with, just like Ham, and he had planned to kill all the Israelites. It ain't gonna happen. Even in this land, they thinking over here that we could just get us a whole N-word killing and come up with some laws, get rid of it. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, Ku Klux Police Department.
Huh?
Yeah, Ku Klux Police Department, KKPD. Yeah.
What? Y'all forgot about all these school shootings and who was the orchestrator behind all these school shootings? It was little white kids, Gentile heathen children. What y'all think that was all about? Deuteronomy 30. He said, if my people return back to him with all their heart, mind, and soul, I'm going to turn these same curses back on your enemies. Y'all want to get back with the enemy? Turn back to your Elohim with all your heart, mind, and soul. Then you're going to see some movement. Other than that, he's going to let them heathens do you in. Now, let's go to Daniel. Look at some courage right here. Let's go to Daniel chapter 1. Let's go to Daniel chapter 1. And we're going to read verses 1 through 21. I'm not going to try to talk as much because we got a few more to cover out of here.
Gotcha.
This is supposed to be a short lesson because this is going to extend on into what we're going to be reading and studying tomorrow at the 1 p.m. class. Because Messiah going to show us some courage, and he's standing strong on what he believes in. We're going to read some of that, even in some of this, on the little history we're going to read. Y'all think some of the brothers be rough in speech? Boy, wait till y'all hear what the heathen saying about Yeshua. Daniel 1, read 1 to 21. What it say?
In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand, with part of the vessels of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar to the house of his God. And he brought the vessels into the treasures house of his God.
Now, let me say something right here. Every time a nation come down into Jerusalem to destroy it and to take the people captivity, they have to hit the temple.
Yes,
vessels, all that stuff went with Israel. So if you go back and read the history in 7 AD, when Titus them came down to Jerusalem, they sacked that temple. They took, and then you know what? They took the vast majority of stuff back to Rome. If you're going to read in the letters of Josephus, the writings of Josephus, we're going to tell you the history of it. That stuff sitting right there in Rome ever since 7 AD, and some other nations got parts of it too, because that's why you see Putin. Where you think they got the artifacts and stuff from? When he started what they call the Russian icons, right? Them same ones that he had in that museum, the same ones sitting in that Vatican. How did they get those photos? Because it was all down there.
That's a good point.
Titus in Rome, it was a whole lot of nations down there. Because there was a lot of people there for the feast days, people. Y'all got to keep in mind the people down there for the feast days. That's how they got trapped on the feast days. Because they knew we could get them down there. And it was all orchestrated by the Most High hand. These people ain't came up with nothing. He was moved. He hardened their heart like he did Pharaoh, moved them to do what they had to do. So they had to take those vessels, and he carried away just right here in Babylon. Go ahead and read.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of the eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge, and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans.
Now stop, I'm gonna say something right here. You did not see ignorant, stupid, lazy as hell, dumb, such. Hey man, he had the best going in there.
Well favored,
no blemish,
cunning, and understanding in science.
That's why you see the president have an intelligent brother or sister up there who got some sense. They can speak well. He gonna have no. That's how you finna send no uneducated, dumb, who refuse to learn, hate knowledge and all. No, he don't deal with people like that. And then he stuck him up under the Nebuchadnezzar. Go ahead and read, bro. I just want to point that out.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat and of wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, at the end thereof they might stand before the king. Now among these were of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name Belteshazzar, unto Hananiah of Shadrach, and to Mishael of Meshach, and to Azariah of Abednego. So they took Israel and changed their names. That's nothing uncommon.
That's right.
But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now God had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my master, the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your face worse liking than the children which are, which are of your sort? Then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give post to eat and water to drink.
Now
And
he
let
said,
them,
man, he said he let him know, man, I'm not feasting with the king. I don't want his meat. I don't want none of his wine. But just give us some vegetables and a little water, 10 days. And we're going to see what happens. Go ahead.
and let our countenances be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the provision of the king's meat. And as thou seest, deal with thy servant. So he consented to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days, their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children, which did eat the the portion of the king's meat. Thus, Melzar took away the portion of their meat and wine that they should drink, and gave them pulse. As for the 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams.
Now, listen, they all had the same skill set. But he gave Daniel just a little bit more, because he's going to use Daniel in a situation where he's going to have to use the interpretation of vision and dreams. But they all was equal in knowledge, learning, and wisdom. They was all on learning set. So sometimes you must have to give another person a little bit more than he gave the rest of the people for his purpose. And he gave him that extra to understanding all wisdom, the vision and dreams, because he got to go and see the king. Go ahead and read.
Verse 18. Now at the end of the days that the king had said he should bring them into the prince of the eunuchs, brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar. And the king communed with them. And among them all were found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore they stood before the king. And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. And Daniel continued even unto the first year of King Cyrus.
Just when he went into Cyrus, but check this out. He said that this is King Nebuchadnezzar. He said he found them 10 times better than his own people. So you don't think that these kings sitting up here of these earth don't recognize that? I think I better listen. Now, Trump might act crazy and foolish in some of the Negroes' eyes, or a lot of other people's eyes, but I think behind the scene, he listening to somebody.
Yes, sir.
And it don't look like him. These people are not stupid and dumb like we think they are. They know who we are. Publicly, he probably can't bring them forward, but behind the scene, just like what's the guy? Cornelius. No, it was what's the guy? He behind the scene. He didn't want nobody to know that he was seeing the Messiah in them. So behind the scene, he gonna sneak in and talk to them in the wee hours of the night.
I don't know who you speak of, El, the truth be told. I'm not saying he's not there, but I'm not familiar with that story. Matter of fact, let me find it.
But anyway, he'll come to me in a minute. Let's keep moving the group, y'all. Let's go into chapter 2. It'll pop up. Somebody put it in the chat. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Class participation tonight. Put it in there, Aziz. I know you know. T Boogie.
Nicodemus.
There you go. Chapter 2, we're going to read verses 1 through 5. We'll do some skipping because Daniel's standing on this thing. He said, man, I'm not defiling myself to king's meat. I'm standing on this thing. I don't want this drink.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to defile myself with this food. But go ahead and read, brother.
Verse 1 in the reads. Chapter 2. And in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep would break from him. Then the king commanded to call the magicians and the astrologers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans for to show the king his dreams. So they came and stood before the king.
Now,
and the king said,
now this is a tough task for them, but go ahead and read, brother.
And the king said unto them, I have dreamed a dream, and my spirit was troubled to know the dream. Then spake the Chaldeans to the king in Syriac, O king, live forever. Tell thy servants the dream, and we will show the interpretation. The king answered and said to the Chaldeans, the thing is gone from me. If ye will not make known unto me the dream with the interpretation thereof, ye shall be cut in pieces, and your houses shall be made a dunghill.
Now, check this out. Now, he put something on them, didn't he? Now, you better interpret this dream that I had, but if you're not able to do it, I'm going to cut you in pieces. But he also goes and tell the man, but if you show me the dream, he going to give him all these gifts. Y'all can read the rest of it on your own, but skip down to verse 10. We're going to read 10 through 28. When you get it, go ahead.
And it reads, The Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter. Therefore there is no king, lord, or ruler that asked such things at any magician or astrologer or Chaldean.
He said, man,
and it is a rare thing that the king requireth. And there is
He said, ain't nobody never asked no question like this, king. Ain't no king on this whole planet. He ain't never asked no magician, astrologer, or Chaldean to do what you want us to do. Because it's impossible. It's impossible. They know this is impossible. At least they thought it was impossible. But when you're a man of Yah, all things are possible. And he finna prove. Go ahead and read, brother, verse 11.
What is that? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Verse 11. And it is a rare thing that the king requireth, and there is none other that can show it before the king, except the gods, whose dwelling is not with flesh. For this cause the king was angry and very furious, and commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. And the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain, and they sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain. Then Daniel answered with the counsel and wisdom to Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, which was gone forth to slay the wise men of Babylon. He answered and said to Arioch, the king's captain, why is the decree so hasty from the king? Then Arioch made this thing known to Daniel. And then Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time, and that he would show the king the interpretation. Then Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companions, that they would desire mercies of the God of heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon.
Now hold right there, nephew. See what he did, Daniel?
Yes, sir.
See what Daniel did? Daniel went in and informed, okay, brothers, this was going down. He laid it out to his brothers. When you come together in prayer and petition the Most High, you're going to get some answers.
Yes, sir.
They came together to do this thing, right? Go ahead and read.
Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in the night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changed the times and the seasons. He removed kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge unto them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and a light dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who has given me wisdom and might, and has made known unto me now what we desire of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. Therefore Daniel went in to Arioch, whom the king has ordained to destroy the wise men of Babylon. He went and said thus unto him, Destroy not the wise men of Babylon. Bring me in before the king, and I will show unto the king the interpretation.
Now hold right there, brother.
Then Arioch brought in Daniel before the king.
Hold on for a minute. You see how
Yes,
Daniel coming in and saving these astrologers and magicians and soothsayers and all these other stuff. He's don't destroy them. See, Daniel ain't on that get the heathen and kill the heathen. He said, don't kill them. Let me go in here and talk to you. And go and lay it out to the king. You ain't got to do all that. Let me say this right here and let them people go. But go ahead and read. So here's the thing. The Most High is showing his power through his servants.
Yes, sir.
Y'all think we're a bunch of dumb Negroes around here in America, but y'all just don't know what you're sitting on. And number two, y'all don't know who you're messing with.
Yes,
so
sir. And it's double layered. In this scripture, he said that there will be no man that has not been warned or shown his power.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I wish that none should perish, but that all shall come to repentance. So he's showing his power to everyone who gets the chance.
Yeah.
So if you reject him, then he has proper means to punish you.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 25.
Yes, sir.
Then Arioch brought in Daniel before the king in haste, and said thus unto him, I have found a man of the captains of Judah, that will make known unto the king the interpretation. The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, Art thou able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen, and the interpretation thereof? Did you want me to stop there?
No, keep going to 28.
Gotcha. And Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, The secret thing which the king hath demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king. But there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets, and maketh known the king to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these.
Now Daniel gonna get ready to break down the whole Gentile dynasty to Nebuchadnezzar, right? And he gonna show him a whole lot of other things. You read the rest of it on your own, but let's skip down to verse 46. He gonna show him all this. I'm gonna tell you what that image is. Baal and the dragon. They got this statue sitting up there. But that's a whole nother story, because there's a second part to this right here. But we'll break it down. But that statue that he's breaking down, the head of gold and all that other stuff. Hey,
yes, sir.
When you go in there and talk about Baal over there in Isaiah, it brings up Baal and I forget the other one there, but it talk about Baal over there in Isaiah. Over there in Isaiah chapter 50. Go in there and read on there. It talk about it. That's that statue they had set up there with head of gold and silver and all this other stuff. And they talk about all these different, it represents each dynasty, right?
Yes,
Gentile ruler dynasty, right? Now let's skip down to verse 46. Now Daniel went in there and did all of this stuff, and now the king want to give a promotion because he broke the dream down and the interpretation thereof to him, right? But check this out. When he said that you're gonna find your name is Israel, you're gonna find favor with the Most High, and man, this is what's going on right here. Not only he found favor with the Most High Yah, now he get promoted through man, and this is a heathen nation dealing with the captive of Judah. Go ahead and read, brother. 46 through 48.
Verse 46. Yes, sir. Then the king Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and worshipped Daniel, and commanded that they should offer an oblation and sweet odors unto him. The king answered unto Daniel and said, of a truth it is that your God is a God of gods, and a Lord of kings, and a revealer of secrets, seeing thou couldst reveal this secret. Then the king made Daniel a great man, and gave him many great gifts, and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon, and chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon. I'll make you go on.
Fading out on his nephew. Read that.
Say it again,
Yeah,
Elder.
you faded out on his book. I said you were fading out. Read that 48 again.
Gotcha. Apologies, family. 48. Then the king made Daniel a great man, and gave him many great gifts, and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon, and chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon.
See, he found favor with God and man. Hey, man, check this out. And he, Nebuchadnezzar, even acknowledged that your God is the God of gods and the Lord over kings. See what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So read that 49, and we're going to go into chapter 3. Go ahead and read.
Then Daniel requested of the king, and he set Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego over the affairs of his province of Babylon. But Daniel sat in the gate of the king.
You see how Daniel hooked up his brothers?
Yes, sir.
Why you at? That's brotherly love right there, man.
Yes, sir.
King, why we on this thing? I got my 3 brothers over here. They need a job. They all working in the government. Why you think that Negroes working government all over over the United States, all over the world? If you will travel, I don't care what airport you go to, what country you go to, Israel is there working in the government. This is nothing new right here that we see it. We always worked in government.
Yes, sir.
Daniel, it said at the king's gate, he in a high position. Since I got promoted, and y'all are blessed until somebody get promoted, you should be a blessing to somebody else, especially
Yes,
your
sir.
brother and sisters. Amen. Now let's go to chapter 3. We got 3 more after this, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Daniel stood on what he believed on, and he was of a good courage. Yeah, you ready to kill everybody? Man, pump the brakes. Let me go in there and talk to you. I'm gonna go petition the Most High. He got to answer all things. I'm gonna get my brothers together. We going in prayer and praying to ask the Most High to show mercy, man, so we can interpret this dream. But he gave that piece of business to Daniel. Now go in and tell this man this interpretation of this dream. Then I'm gonna make him bless you. Then he acknowledged y'all God is the God of gods.
Yes, sir.
That's what these people should be seeing in us today, people. Instead of us on video going in on each other because I mispronounced a word. Because I'm saying God, I'm not saying Elohim or Yah or Yahweh or what. Man, we need to stop this foolishness. Now, let's go into chapter 3, people. We're going to read verses 1 through 19, and we're going to skip.
Can I go into, I'm gonna just go into a small rant about that real quick. The name doesn't matter because the authority behind it is what brings power. You got people that call on the name of Jesus that know him and rely on his power that do more or have more of an impact in the spiritual realm than the people who call on Yahusha, Yahweh, or Messiah, or Mashiach, however you want to say it, and have no authority whatsoever. It's about him and knowing him, not about the title that you call.
You can call it. He said, "Why call me Lord, Lord, or whatever?" We know this in the English, sir. Why call me Yahweh, Yahweh, whatever?
Yes,
You ain't gonna do what I tell you to do anyway. All you doing is just calling my name, irritating me day and night. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what are you gonna start doing what I ask you to do?
That's where you see his power come in. That's when you call his name with authority. Sorry about that. I'm gonna hold my peace.
That was a great point. I was gonna cut this Daniel chapter 3 out, but I ain't gonna do it.
All praises.
I'm gonna read it all. Go ahead. Chapter 3. It said, "Hey, we're gonna read that 1 through 19, and then we'll skip down and read that 27 through 30."
Yes,
the point I'm reading in there, man, these guys are standing on. They being strong and being of good courage, even in their captivity. Right? Why you reading? We heard this before. You got to look behind the scenes, man. They're in captivity, and they're not. You got to stand strong on what you believe in, man. They're not in the land, but we standing strong. We being of good courage. We still believing in the Most High, even though things might not be going how we want it to go. Ain't nothing pretty about that, but when you turn back to your Elohim with all your heart, mind, and soul, he'll put their heads protection, and he's gonna make some move for you. The right move. If you the type of person you want a whole lot of money, but you ain't trying to help nobody, no alms deed, or help your brother, so he ain't gonna give you no money because you're gonna lose your mind and lead the faith. You want a lot of y'all want a wife just to dog out and make her your personal servant. He ain't gonna give you no wife to do all that. Vice versa. You women want a husband, and y'all want him to do this, that, and the third. You don't want to do nothing, you ain't gonna get it. Because your mind and stuff ain't right. You gotta clean you up. If you're gonna send one in his presence, you're gonna get your mind cleaned up first. Same thing with the brothers.
Yes, sir.
In other words, he knows exactly what we need. Even in our captivity. What we need is this right here first, the renewing of our mind, right? And then when we get this information, what are we going to do with it? We're going to stand on it? What are we going to do with it? Or we going to faint just like we read about our brothers, our forefathers when they was coming out of Egypt? Daniel 3, verses 1 through 19, what does it say?
Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 80 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, and the province of Babylon.
Now this right here,
Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together.
Let me say this right here, nephew. Now this right here, image, I might do part 2 of this so y'all can see it. Did a lesson a long time ago. You can probably go pull it up. But this image he set up is what the dream he had was this head of gold and these Gentile nations. But this image basically was Baal. That he set up this image. And this is the exact same image when you go and look up about the head of gold and the the bronze and the silver and all that kind of stuff. You go look it up, and you got this dude standing up there. This is the same one that Nebuchadnezzar set up. Oh, Nebo. It was Baal and Nebo. You can read over there in Isaiah. That Daniel was going to destroy because it was an image he set up, and they destroyed that image. Go ahead and read, brother.
Verse 2.
Yep.
Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, and the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come and to dedicate and to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
Go ahead, brother.
So I didn't know if you knew you were showing The fruits on the screen, Hebrew.
Yeah, I had to switch back over. I didn't realize that, but go ahead.
Gotcha.
The fruits of the spirit. Go ahead and read.
All praises. Verse 3.
Yeah.
Then the princes and the governors and captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then an herald cried aloud to you, "It is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king hath set up."
It's just like, let's check this out, nephew. It's just like they had the national anthem. They want you to stand up for the pledge of allegiance. Same old foolishness. Go ahead and read.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
Yep. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Why you got to threaten somebody? What? You know what I'm saying? Why you got to threaten me to kill me because I don't want to bow down to your image? They're threatening to kill you because you won't stand up for the national anthem or the pledge of allegiance.
Elder, I was just finishing. In high school, I stopped saying it after a while when I started to get some wisdom about this stuff. And I kept my mouth closed. A lot of the time I would stay sitting down. They came up and threatened me with suspensions, write-ups, all school punishments that you could receive because I simply wouldn't pledge allegiance to the flag. And I got to thinking, this is supposed to be, in quote, a free country.
Yep.
But that's a, hey, all praises. We're going to leave it alone. Verse 7. Therefore, at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the hornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and... Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
You still hear me? Okay, all praise.
Yeah. Hey.
All and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore, at the time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Yahudim, the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, "O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews who thou hast set over the affairs of the provinces of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image, which thou hast set up." Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, "Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sack, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, let it be well. But if ye worship not, ye shall be cast in the same hour into the midst of the fiery furnace. Who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king."
Now hold it right there. You hear what the brother said?
Yes,
we
sir.
are not careful to answer. In other words, we ain't politically correct. We're gonna give it to you direct.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna be dance around words. I'm gonna give it to you 100% raw. That's what they telling him. Said you got to stand and be of good courage. You got to stand up for these folks when they threaten you and all this kind of stuff. You do what you're going to do.
Yes, sir.
But listen to this right here. What verse?
18.
Listen to it. Go ahead.
But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship thy golden image which thou hast set up.
He said, man, listen, if he don't even deliver us, we're not going to worship your God. Because, see, that's when you have wisdom and understanding. You know you're in another land. You know whatever these folks come up with is pagan, made up, and that's their gods.
Yes, sir.
See, that's when you start growing in Yah and he started revealing certain things. You walk around with crosses, all this other stuff. Man, that's some straight garbage and it's vanity. It ain't going to do you no good. You go to Sunday school, that's their God set up for the deceived. We once was deceived until we heard his voice and we started following Hamashiach. We guilty as charged. Some of us.
Sir.
Go ahead and read, brother. Read that 19.
Yes, sir. When they threatened me with suspensions and write-ups, I stood up and said it. I know I'm guilty of it. Verse 19. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it won't be to heat.
Now skip down to verse 27 through 30.
And it reads,
and they put the heat on them. Sounds like somebody turning the heat up on you. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They might put you in a situation. Now they want to turn the heat up on, just like in your scenario, your situation. They want to threaten you with all this, that, and third. All their whole thing was to do is to get you to stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, sir.
They kicked me out of there. I ain't saying, man, fuck that. I ain't just sitting up here pumping my mouth. You talk to my brother now. All he had to do just I wasn't saying nothing. I don't even like going to these functions where you got, you see what I'm saying?
I don't care for it though. Verse 27, whenever you're ready, Elder.
Go ahead on, because go ahead and read, brother.
And the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors being gathered together saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was in hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God.
Hey man, stop right there. See, when you standing on what you believe on, and you standing strong what you believing in, even the heathens will recognize and give you some respect. What if they fold and and gave up? Whatever. How would they look before the Most High? You ain't down, man. You down that he can't deliver. Go ahead and finish that out, nephew.
29. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut into pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God that can deliver after this sort. Verse 30.
Yeah.
Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon.
Boy, they found favor with Yah. They was already in favor with Yah. Now they found a favor with Nebuchadnezzar. So like today, right? Now, let's go into chapter 6. We got 2 more after this. This should be some words of encouragement. I know it's encouraging to me.
Yes, sir.
Strong, and stand what I believe in.
Yes, sir.
I don't try to. I need you to come in on Saturday. I ain't coming in on no Saturday. I see you Sunday. Oh, okay, then I see you Sunday, and you ain't gonna see me 2 minutes in.
Hmm.
See, Joe will try to. I'm gonna tell you something. Jokers know that you don't come in on Shabbat or Saturday. This Joker knew that. See, Satan to put these jokers in your spot to see if you're gonna fold in on because I got promoted, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm the same one that before the promotion, I'm the same one. I ain't coming.
All praises.
If you want to take your little promotion back, take
They
it.
say be bold as a lion.
But they ain't coming in. Verse 1 through 14 of this 6th chapter of Daniel, and we got 2 more after this, y'all.
Yes.
Boy, you should be having some power reading through it. You should be getting some strength reading these scripts and knowing that, hey, if you done it for them, he'll do it for us. You gotta respect the person. So keep in mind, Leviticus chapter 26. You walk contrary to him, he's gonna walk contrary to you. You got to do a self-check to make sure you ain't walking contrary. 1 through 14, what it say, nephew?
It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom in 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom.
Now Daniel already went through Nebuchadnezzar, went through Cyrus. Now he's going through Darius.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and read.
And over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give account unto them. The king should have no damage. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents, the princes, and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him. And the king thought to set him over the whole realm.
What excellent spirit was on Daniel? The fruits of the spirit, people. This is what the Most High gave Daniel. All the fruits of the spirit. And what do those fruits of the spirit represent? A Mashiach, even the Father.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
Verse 4. Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom. But they could find none occasion, nor fault, for as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him.
Hey man, we supposed to be like that too. Should nobody have no occasion against you? I don't care what they try to find and look and see. You ain't got nothing on me. Because of an excellent spirit. But if you got a defiled spirit on you, oh yeah, we got all kind of stuff on you, man. But go ahead, brother.
Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God. Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king and said thus unto him, King Darius live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors, and the princes, the counselors, and the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute and to make a firm decree that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save the king, save thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions.
Oh, so they don't want you to go in prayer, Daniel. They don't want you to go and seek your Elohim for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, Daniel. They said they're going to ask for a petition of any god or man for 30 days, except for be for the king. Like the king got all knowledge and understanding. Go ahead and read, brother. Just want to point that out.
I want to throw one more. All the presidents, all the governors, all the princes, all the counselors and captains.
Yes, sir.
Everyone was against him.
All of them came together.
Verse 8. Now, O king, yes, sir. Now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing, that it be not charged according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altered not. Wherefore King Darius signed the writing of the decree. And when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his God. And he did aforetime.
Hey man, check this out. Now Daniel was in government. Now he's up there in a nice little position, right? Man, I signed this thing.
So everybody
watched. He signed the petition, because that petition don't mean a dang thing when it comes down to the Most High Yah. Because you got to keep in mind, the Creator of heaven and earth rules over the Gentiles and their nation. You know, when you know that and standing on this thing, man, you ain't worried about that. I'll sign this bull crap, and I'm gonna turn around and go right and do what this telling me not to do. See, the Most High Yah, the Creator of heaven and earth, word supersedes man. And then you already know. Y'all don't know who y'all playing with, because I done watched Nebuchadnezzar and Cyrus get their head down there split.
Yes, sir.
Messing with me. And my brothers. And y'all want some of this too? But go ahead and read.
Verse 11. Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his God. Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree that every man that shall ask a petition of any god or man within 30 days, save thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions? The king answered and said, the thing is true according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which is not altered. Then answered they and said before the king, that Daniel, which is of the captivity of the children of Judah, regarding not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition 3 times a day. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself, and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him.
Man, check this out.
That's favor.
When you talk about finding favor God and man, Darius loved this man. He said, man, hey, this is my main guy. And he tried to figure out this man, how can I save Daniel out of this thing? But I got to go with my decree, because my word is supposed to be solid in the kingdom.
Yes, sir.
I'll read the rest of it on your own. But at the end of the day, Darius did not want to do this thing, but he had to do it because he's the king and his decree had to go out. What if he flip-flop his mind? His word go out, man, he got to be solid.
Yes, sir.
The point I'm making is Daniel standing, being strong in the good courage while he even in captivity. We got to have the same courage, people. Knowing that somebody get to bothering us, their head is going to get split. Matthew chapter 10, and we got one more after this. Matthew chapter 10, we're going to read verses 16 through 20. And we're going to read, then we'll go back to Daniel and finish this out.
Yes, sir.
Just hold your spot right here. Matthew
already lost it, but that's okay. I'll do that.
Matthew chapter 10. We're coming back to Daniel. Y'all hold y'all spot in that Daniel chapter 6. I forgot I put the rest of them on at 10. And we're going to pick up 16 through 20 for our New Testament Christians.
Yes,
since you don't read the Old, which is stupid. But anyway, 16 through 20, Matthew, what does it say?
Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Yes, sir.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
You got to be
but
wise.
Beware of men.
You got to be wise at outthinking your adversary. You got to know when to speak and when not to speak. I'm standing on what I believe in. I don't have to explain that to you. I don't have to give my enemy the word of Yah unless they adjure me. That's the only way they get it. Other than they ain't giving them nothing.
Yes,
Go ahead and read, brother.
but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues.
Yes, sir.
And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
Yeah.
For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
That's right. Now let's go back to Daniel chapter 6 and finish that out. Let's see what Daniel got to say to these jokers. And keep in mind, we just read. Don't worry about it because the Spirit finna say something to them.
Yes, sir.
See, y'all want to be over there and speak y'all mind and do all that and mess the whole thing up. And then you're in some serious trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Pick it up at 15, and we'll read 15 through 28. When you get it, go ahead.
And it reads, Then these men assembled unto the king and said unto the king, Know, O king, that the law of the Medes and Persians is that no decree nor statute which the king establisheth may be changed.
That's why it said, man, Daniel, hey, Darius trying to figure out how in the world I can get out of it, but he couldn't get out of it. You got to follow through with this thing. Go ahead and read.
Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy God, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den. And the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. Then the king arose very early in the morning.
Hold on a minute, y'all see what the king
Sorry
doing?
about that.
The king in there fasting. Where you get that from?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Israel.
He got that from Daniel, did he?
Mm-hmm.
You got somebody from another nation, they in there fasting for this man. Hey man, you can read over there and you can go over here in the bell and the dragon when he said, man, Darius, they said, man, this man become a Jew. Because they wanted to kill Daniel. And they went to Darius. Go there, read that. You know what? I'm gonna do that second part. So y'all can see all this stuff with each other. Daniel was teaching Darius how to fast and pray and all this stuff, but he had to come through and they had to remind him, you know, you can't change your word. But check this out. Go ahead and read, brother.
Verse 19. And the king arose very early in the morning and went in haste unto the den of lions. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God whom thou servest continually able to deliver thee from the lions? Verse 21. Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God hath sent his angel and hath shut up the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Then was the king exceedingly glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his God. Emphasis on that.
Yes, sir.
24. And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives. And the lions had a mastery over them, and break all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den.
Hey man, you see that thing? This is what happened to other people when they come up on the true service of Elohim. You may come up with a scheme to get me killed or cut off, but he's going to turn that thing back on your own head. You can read this throughout the whole history of the Bible. Every time somebody come up on Israel, it end up being up on their own head, people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we always say when somebody come out and then they turn around and backfire on, or you said you reap what you sow. All it did was bounce back on them.
Yes, sir.
But go ahead and finish that out, brother.
Then King Darius wrote unto all people, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth. All the earth. Peace be multiplied unto you. I make a decree that in every dominion of my kingdom, men tremble and fear before the God of Daniel.
Yeah.
For he is the living God and steadfast forever, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He delivereth and rescueth, and he worketh signs and wonders in heaven and in earth. Who hath delivered Daniel from the power of the lions? So this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius and in the reign of Cyrus the Persian.
That's right. So at the end of the day, people, the whole message is that we got to be strong and of a good courage, even in our captivity, folks. You are a child, yeah. You confess with your mouth and you made a covenant. Long as you walking circumspect with him, he gonna walk circumspect with you. But when you walk contrary to him, he's gonna walk contrary to you. And that's when you lose all that heads of protection, folks. But we must believe in our Elohim that he will deliver us regardless of where we are in this world or what situation we're in. He gonna deliver us. Might not come out, it might not seem pretty along the way, but you stand fast, be strong, of a good courage, it's gonna happen. That's the message for tonight, brothers and sisters. I hope you got some understanding in Yeshua HaMashiach. Hallelujah. With that being said,
to the Most High, yeah.
Yes, sir. You got anything, nephew? You want to tell the peeps?
Man, praise up. I'm glad I was able to sit here and read for you, Hebrew.
Oh, man.
This was a blessing to hear and to read.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is, man. Most High willing, we will be meeting tomorrow at 1 p.m. at the South Haven Library here in South Haven, Mississippi. Brother Charles, y'all. We will be meeting at South Haven Library, family. The library is closed, but we got the keys, baby, this time. So if y'all get up early, y'all don't see anybody on the parking lot, we coming. We got the keys. We'll be there. Hopefully I get there 30 minutes prior to.
Hey, Elder, my dad wanted to say shalom to you.
Shalom, shalom, brother. Peace and blessing to you and your household, man.
All praises.
For those of you who plan on coming for the Feast of Pentecost, I have not set up any hotels for discounts. Reason, because last couple of times I tried to get rooms, but y'all found rooms cheaper than what they was offering. So my suggestion is, if you want to book you some rooms, Priceline, sometimes you can call the hotel direct, because the price they gave us, some people came from out of town, some of the brothers and sisters coming in from out of town, they got it $10 cheap, $15 cheap. I'm like, man, what kind of discount they coming up with? So at the end of the day, there are plenty of brand new hotels around South Haven, through that whole corridor between South Haven and Olive Branch. Okay, so just go on there and look around and see what you can get. You go through Priceline, cheap hotel, or call the hotel direct. Just do a little shopping. Y'all know what to do. You got military discount use, fire police, whatever it is, whatever That's asking for a kind of discount. Senior citizen, family members, or whatever it is. Try to get you a discount on the rooms, okay? We will be meeting that Shabbat on the 7th of June. We will be having a Shabbat class that Shabbat. And of course, we will be observing the Feast of Pentecost on June the 8th at 12 noon at T.O. Fuller Park as usual. And we will be at Shabbat class at the Luxury Affair in Olive Branch, Mississippi. I need to make a little flyer and have it post up so y'all can get the address. Same location we were last year. Okay. Bless y'all, our hands and household, brother. All right, sister. So for life.
Praises.
Peace and blessing to you, sister. So with that being said, tomorrow 1 p.m., South Haven Library. And you got anything, like I said, before you go close out?
No, sir.
All right, man. May the Most High bless and continue all. Hope you guys have a peaceful Shabbat. And Most High willing, we will see you tomorrow. Yeah, by the way, I will be conducting a class. We're going to finish out Matthew chapter 27 and 28. My reader will be Brother Ira Ben Yehuda.
All praises.
I just made that up. Did I just make that up? Let me see. Ben Israel. My bad, brother. Same thing. But anyway, Israel, stay humble, be of good courage, be strong in the Most High. Shalom, shalom.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land. Where all this pride coming from, huh? We denied the sun from the jump. Number one. Number two, we worship all these falsified deities, sending vain praises up, worshiping our enemies. 3, we glorify, put our trust in man, idolizing doctrines that's abominable to man, and we puffed up like we done something, even though the prophets told us that the Lord would turn from us, utterly destroy us, homeland desolate, told us he would scatter us. Tell me what you thought that meant. Most these pastors teaching nonsense in the pulpits, ministers of Satan, that's who they be fooling with, doctrines of devils, demons in your reign, sin and iniquity, never-ending pain. Pray the Lord forgive me, I blaspheme his name in my holy ignorance. Have mercy on me, man. Have mercy on me, man. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. I was a sinner and I know it, trying to change though. Read scripts, trying to apply them to my life, so I had to make some changes, call it audible, cause some things I was doing was abominable. Had a slice of humble pie, you should try it, be sure. It's that inner self that you should be trying to reach. It's that daily bread that we should be trying to eat. The spiritual mindset we should be trying to keep. All this hatred is of Satan, he deceived us all. But if we believe on the Son, he gon' redeem us all. Glorified bodies, but are you teachable? Or do you just wanna do what you wanna do? That's the question we gotta ask ourselves, cause that sound like self-worship and that's a path to hell. Well, as for me, I'ma humble on down and with a trembling heart pray for my crown. Now, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Yea, and if I be offered upon the sacrifice and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with all of you. For the same cause also